Good evening, B.
I am.
So, literally 5 minutes ago, before we started recording, I was like, oh my God, it's so peaceful outside. It's the curfew. It has been like that since 5 p.m. And just now, a car drives by.
Oh, well, it's still better than the dumpster, the garbage truck, so.
The dumpster is like right there. Like I see it from the window, and it plays that sound.
I'll kill him.
Who?
Well, the only person we talk about here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to start mentioning other people.
No.
We don't even like this guy
There's
that
really
much.
no need. There's really no need to ever mention anyone ever again. Let me just send him a strongly worded message.
Okay.
I apologize for technical issues.
Okay, let me then start with a couple of things while
Yes.
you're doing whatever you're doing.
I finished. He has been banished to the land of I couldn't care less of what you guys are doing right now.
So, first of all, in our previous episode, I mentioned the story of an Italian priest who supposedly, well, I believe that. I believed this, that he...
You were led to believe.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I was led to believe that he renounced a ventilator. I now know it's called ventilator, believe it or not, for a younger person, etc., etc. But one of our listeners, and thank you for that, sent us an insider report where it says basically that this didn't happen. I'll post the link in this video's description as a disclaimer to the previous video. But I do want to, talk about one, good thing that happened, which I can attest to because it happened to me finally, yes. As you know, it's not really that easy to get a mask, right now in Serbia. It's not easy to find one, even though the government is all like, yeah, there's masks everywhere, we got you covered. And the price went up significantly. I have a friend who has a pharmacy, and he called me and he was like, if you need it, we can take care of that. But my wife went on Instagram and asked if, I think that's how it went, and asked if there's any other way, or she found somebody on Instagram. Turns out this person is a friend of her sister's, blah, blah, blah. Actually, you guys would say cousin. We would say sister. This girl, she made 4 masks for my wife and myself, 2 masks for the kids, and she sent it. And she didn't want a single dime. So she's basically this lady. She's like sitting, sewing these masks and sending to people. Like we begged for like an account number so that we can send some money. Finally, we were able to get her to give us an account numbers, and we did send some money for it, at least to cover the the cost of the courier. So there's as you know, when things go south, there's gonna be people who are gonna be very, very bad, and there's gonna be people who are gonna really live the Christian creed regarding how to treat your neighbors.
Vocation.
Sorry?
Christian vocation.
Vocation? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because, okay. I mean, I trust your knowledge of these things in English.
My vocabulary.
Anyways, I was a bit disappointed that just two people applied to play this game I built with us. So I built a site and a video so that I can get more people to join us and play, because it's such a fun game. So this is another invitation. Anybody who's willing to play, we'll form a Viber group or something for people who want to play in English, because we already have one for people who want to play in Serbian.
Do people in English even use Viber?
Maybe they use WhatsApp. Same thing.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing, except maybe people don't use it as much as they use Viber here.
I don't know. like here, as far as I know, Viber is probably the most used platform, but also people use WhatsApp. I hate
Yeah.
the fact that people are not sticking to one platform because I have to have everything.
Yeah.
And right now it's WhatsApp, Skype, Viber, Slack, Drift,
House party.
House Party, Google Hangouts, Google Meet, Facebook Messenger, Intercom for Business. I already have 10. I'm pretty sure I have more.
You know, they said that because everybody has smartphones now, the world usage of electricity has skyrocketed. You know,
Yeah.
and I think that it wouldn't skyrocket as much if there was only one single platform, not 10 apps draining your battery in the background.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, back in the day, 10 years ago, maybe a bit less than that, most of these chatting services, let's call them like that, because now they're much more, they would provide like a public API, and you could have like one application, and then
Yeah.
you could use multiple different services with the one app. But right now, you
No.
know, everybody wants proprietary software installed on your phone because they can, you know, the business behind it can actually, you know, track you and get your data and sell it or use it for research, etc., etc. And all of us just accept this when we install and click. I read the terms. Yeah, right, you did.
You know, I'm afraid that once we die, none of us will pass through, because once the demons shove all those contracts into our faces, and you're like, oh God, what did we sign? By the way, I have
The
to...
toll house is for online services.
Yeah. By the way, I have to share something that annoyed me a lot. I was so furious.
Oh no, so strange. You
No.
never.
Maybe
never.
it is poor taste to complain about this considering the situation, but, you know, let us not talk about the virus for 1 minute.
Do complain.
You know, I have my email address, and I get all my emails there. YouTube emails, business emails, fan emails. So, you know, I get an email, hey man, I wanted to kill myself, but thanks to you, now I don't want to kill myself. Then I get a mail from my boss, hey, I wanted to kill myself, but now I want to kill you, and so on.
And then an email from me, I will kill you for sure.
I will kill you for sure, and then I will keep you in suspended animation just to ensure that I can kill you twice, you know? So I decided to make a separate email. So, okay, I go on...
Oh my god, that's so smart.
Shut up. You know, create account. I'm a smart. So, BibleIllustrated@gmail.com. This account is taken. BibleIllustrated@gmail.com. Subject, hello there. Hi, it seems that you have the address I wanted to use for my email. I'm just curious who uses this address, because I would like to obtain this address from you if it is at all possible. Yours in Christ Boyne. Send immediate reply. Cannot find this address. Why?
Interesting. Interesting. I'm listening.
Somebody probably, you know, registered that username, disabled the address later on, and now I lost BibleIllustrated@gmail.com.
Is that so?
That is my issue of the month. Can you imagine the nerve?
Okay, let me see if I can fix this for you.
Yeah. Are you going to hack Google?
Yeah.
Because I think it is sort of illegal
What's illegal?
to hack Google.
You said, am I gonna hack Google?
Yeah.
Did you try Bible? You know.
Illustrated? No.
No, you despise that.
Well, I could use it as a second option. I'm not a fan, but if the push comes to the if shove comes to the push, if shove comes to the push...
Have you tried Illustrated Bible?
No, that's not how my project is called.
Did you try Bible Frustrated? You froze.
I didn't, but
No.
I heavily
Okay.
tempted to.
Okay. You froze for a second. Are we still communicating?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm trying to see if there's a delay. Say
Uh,
hey.
Hey, there is I see a definite delay with you.
Is that so?
Okay, you did that on purpose.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
It's synced now.
So you try to send an email and it bounced back, right?
Yeah. The nerve.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Have you tried does it have to be Gmail? I can already see your fans. Hey B, I just obtained this email for you, Bible Illustrated at mail.ru.
Oh, Yandex.
Yandex, yeah.
But Ru is in Cyrillic. Hello, thank you for your effort, but I need an email I can use.
Yeah.
No. I get like church at russia.gov.ru, and then tomorrow at pravoslavie.ru, patriarch's emails hacked, and I'm like. And when you open the patriarch's inbox, it's only Candy Crush requests.
I never played,
Yeah, well, imagine having something as inane in his mail.
Well, I can imagine. Because these things, spam goes everywhere.
Yeah, true.
Whether you're a priest or, a vladika. So we had this comment on our previous video, which I promised we were going to answer. So I'll read the comment first. It's from, I believe, Žena Programmer, even though it says Zena Programmer. Also cool. I read a bunch of posts from angry Orthodox people who claim that their religious rights are compromised by restrictions on the movement and church gatherings. So just a bit of context. Right now, as of yesterday, I think the curfew in Serbia is basically from 1 p.m. on Saturday to 5 a.m. on Monday.
Yeah.
So effectively, they took away the weekend. So we can't go to church, right? Unless we want to pay a fine.
You can go on Saturday.
Yeah, you can. You can go on Saturday. But we can't go on Sunday when everybody goes on Sunday. But sure. Yeah.
We are Laura Adventists now.
So especially during the liturgy, I find it pretty ignorant because sometimes, some days, church life, just as everything else, needs to go through some difficult times in order for the people to be safe in the first place. I mean, it could be the same as people going to gym, complaining about their gyms being closed, like be here. Some really dedicate their lives to that. And just as them working out at home, people could pray at home. So what is your stance on this? I'm asking because I'm not sure if my lack of faith is disturbing or people tend to over-exaggerate. Also, what do you think about this live streaming liturgies? Now we have technology and all. I know it's not the same, but it's something. Insert proper meme. You want to go first or should I?
You have the honors.
I do? Because you wanna wait and see what my position is, right?
No. Mine is clearly defined. This isn't about the live stream services. The position that I'm like is about attending or not attending church.
Okay, so I'll go first then. I'll start bottom top. I am very much against streaming liturgies. I just feel it's like form without, without its core, without its base.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pure form. It's like, I remember a friend of mine, he would say denominational Christian.
Okay.
But to me, that's pretty Protestant. So
that is pure Protestant.
He's Protestant. So he told me, one time the wife and I are a bit tired, so we'll skip church. We'll skip worship, and we'll just watch it on TV. I remember that leaving a an impression on me, if I may say so, because I was like, what's the point? What does the Bible say? It says, "Come and see." Does it? I'm waiting for you to confirm because you're the one who read the Bible, not me.
Actually, you quoted it rather well.
Yes. So,
well,
it's come
and
see. It's not.
And they did see.
Yeah, come in front of your TV and see. I think this is an opinion. For the church life, for the church to live, to have a life, we need to participate, and I mean actively participate. And honestly, I'm saying this with a bit of hypocrisy because participating in church life also means giving to the poor, helping the ones who need help, which we do not do enough, even though we go to church.
Taking communion.
Yeah. But not as often as B.
Because I'm
so you want to start with streaming liturgy, or do you want me to continue?
Personally, I'm not a huge fan of streamed liturgies, of course, because, you're supposed to be there. But then again, if you don't take communion, what's the difference? Oh.
So you're coming, but this is getting to be a debate on,
communion.
Whether if it makes sense or not to be in the divine liturgy and not take communion.
No.
Let's say,
just kidding.
and yeah, okay. Because I think I would crush your argumentation.
Okay.
Just so that we're clear.
Okay, a couple of things. If you can go, there is absolutely no reason to watch a stream liturgy outside of pure curiosity. Like, you like the chanting, you like the church, and so on. And there are some like beautiful churches. Like, I check out a couple of streams, and I'm like, oh, these churches are so beautiful. Like,
tell me which one though. When you can.
Oh no. I literally didn't remember any of them. I simply remembered how beautiful they were. That's it.
Yeah, I got to interrupt you for just 1 second. There is a monastery called Joyous. You know?
Oh,
it?
Yeah.
Dear God, when I entered that church, I gasped. Like I was out of breath. The frescoes are so. I can't give you the word for it.
Let's go there. Okay, now you mentioned it. I told you that we should go to a monastery as a Thanksgiving once the pandemic is over. Yeah. Let's go to Joyous. You mentioned it.
Okay, Joyous it is.
Okay. So, however, desperate times require desperate measures, and this is one of those desperate measures. So, I personally, I noticed this circulating around on Catholic and Orthodox networks, and I like it personally. I think this will make your hair stand on end. They say like this: prepare for live-streamed service. Say your prayers, dress in your Sunday best, turn off notifications, turn off all the distractions, put your smartphone into your icon corner. When the service starts, give responses, make the signs of the cross, bow, make prostrations, respond like with your spirit, and so on. The priest, that's my Facebook friend, Father John Cox, he had this service in the times of pestilence, but especially in for the people who work in the medical field, who are most exposed outside of the patients themselves. And he was, and I took that advice to heart. I was making responses. He didn't hear me. Like, there were a number of people. He served alone, and at one point he makes the sign of the cross towards the camera and says, peace be to you. And it is so sad. I mean, I say, and unto your spirit, but it is so sad that you don't hear anybody else. It's like, but that he doesn't hear me, and it's a bit heart-wrenching, Anyway, I like that part, and I don't think that it is a good idea to do that if the liturgy isn't streamed. You're no longer looking at that liturgy. It is gone. You can see it as an icon of liturgy, but the liturgy is a concrete event in time, but then again, it transcends time. So again, maybe you could watch, I don't know. However, what a lot of people, and by this I mean especially non-Christians, say and make a mistake, like, well, you can simply watch services online and so on. Yes, but Orthodoxy and Christianity in general is incarnational religion. We believe that that God became flesh. For us, it is important that we are physically there. For us, it is important to see each other, that we venerate the icons, that we smell the incense, that we taste the Eucharist, the holy water, to have holy oil traced on our foreheads. Our presence there isn't a mere convenience; it plays an important role. And okay, it is an epidemic. I will survive without it. But an important element is lost. Again, I honestly believe that the Lord won't deprive us of one little, what's the smallest unit of grace? He won't deprive us of one graceling.
A micro graceling.
A micro graceling.
A nano graceling.
A nano graceling.
Pico graceling.
Pico
okay,
graceling.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Saint Gregory Palamas is probably, hanging himself in the attic by now. He won't deprive us of anything, and that is great from his side. But also, it is important for us. But this is a time for us to rediscover some other types of spirituality. Liturgy is, of course, the pinnacle, the most important things. But as we have seen in the life of Saint Mary of Egypt, some people attended liturgy 2 times in their life. So, the communion we take, it stays with us. It's not like it gets lost in the foot, somewhere, oh, and it's gone. Okay, I suppose we can lose it in a sense through sin, of course, which is why sin is that bad. But
yeah, but it's losing Christ. It's not losing communion.
Yeah.
It's losing Christ. We, if I may say it like that, with a bit of audacity, we regain Christ through His mercy of being even able to take communion.
Yeah.
And then we almost immediately start cutting our ties with Him by sinning. So it's a cycle, and everything in the church is a cycle. And it makes actually a lot of sense. I don't necessarily wish to debate this with the non-Christians or non-Orthodox that much. I don't have to. I have to talk to my friends. I have to talk to my father and my brother about it. Because for example, my father and brother. At least my brother, I spoke to him. He's outraged, for example, that people have went and took communion and all that. And you have to have a dialogue.
Yeah.
But this is Jana Programmer. Wish I knew her name.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So she wrote about basically outrage between the Orthodox people for basically them not being able to go to liturgy. And I just want to re-emphasize what you said. You can't go on a Saturday, but it's still a question if you should go. It's still a question that needs to be answered. I can't tell anybody don't go. Neither I can't tell anybody go. But I'll rewind to our previous episode where and I'll just reiterate. It's still our responsibility. For others that we need to be mindful of. Sometimes not being a thorn in somebody's eye.
Yeah. By the way, I have to tell you something funny. A priest that I know, it was a couple of liturgies ago. I wasn't present, but he told everyone, like, okay, guys, I know that a lot of people didn't come because they're worried about the disease. If you know those people, bring a small container, something, and they'll give you communion, so you can take it to them, so they could take communion. And I'm like, hi, hello. I know a lot of people who are present here and are totally not me, and who totally want to have Eucharist on Easter. And he was like, no.
But I'll keep it in the fridge.
Oh man, I couldn't.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the problem. I don't think you should give away communion like that, because
he said it would be extremely problematic in a large setting,
of course,
but
of course, he would really have to know everybody he's giving this to.
Yeah, and that is why he said it.
But still,
it's still risky,
Look, one thing I've learned, it's hard thing to accept, even though I've learned it.
Yeah.
I still haven't accepted it. But people are capable of completely changing in 1 second, forever. Like, bam, I'm a different person. So even though you have to put trust in people, otherwise you're just gone. You're gonna end up in an institution. You should be mindful that these things can change. Things can change. People can just.
What you have described is sort of a worst case scenario, but something more everyday. I know how often I forget my keys.
Oh yeah, you and your keys.
For example,
and your father bringing you keys or whatever it was.
And and me forgetting my phone charger with you. Oh man, that messed me up big time. I can't even, because we haven't seen each other like for 2 weeks, something like that. And going on without a charger. I mean, my mother and I had the same charger, but I only could charge the phone because she was.
Yeah. You started the sentence well. We haven't seen each other for 2 weeks, and going without you for 2 weeks. It's a heartbreak.
Wait, I can't finish. And imagine me getting home. What was the liturgy, sweetie? Oh, it was very nice. And me opening my bag and realizing that for example, I forgot communion in the taxi, and me
yeah, but also people wanting to play with it, analyze it, or whatever. People can get all kinds of ideas because people gonna be people.
I don't think
beautiful thing.
I don't think I could ever forgive myself something like that. It will be one of those horrible things that keep you awake at night.
Yeah, you would dream about it.
Yeah,
you would dream about it. I know. Yeah, well, again, to me, this is. I won't use the word ridiculous, but I'll use the word unacceptable.
Okay.
If that's okay. What did I want to say right now? Bam, it's done. I've forgotten it. It is what it is. So at the end of the day, people are being outraged. I've even seen a petition that was sent to our patriarch.
Okay.
To use his influence with the president to have him reinstate the liturgy or change the. You've seen that, right? No,
this is the first time I hear it. But I don't think that the patriarch has any influence on the president.
Of course.
But I believe that the reverse is much more true.
I tried to say the same thing. So let me say this. Everybody has a right to their opinion. Okay. Yeah. But I think, honestly, us Christians, we're making too big of a deal.
Yeah.
We're making too big of a deal. Come on, guys. The world is really on its feet, on its knees. It's down.
Yeah.
People are down. People are in a bad place. People are getting fired. People are getting sick. People are dying. People are scared for their lives. Please think about it for a second. Will us not going to divine liturgy for a couple of weeks
or months?
I hope it's gonna be for I'm okay.
I do hope.
And I remain hopeful. I remain hopeful.
Liturgy is the least of my concerns. Like St. Paul says, who will separate us from the love of God? Whether misery, whether sword, nothing.
Nothing.
I
Yeah,
much
I love that. I love that. I
yeah,
quote that part myself.
I'm much more concerned about people's jobs.
Of course. So
I'm very sick about that.
one thing. So you know the Akatist that we read, and
Yes.
after that Akatist, there's a prayer to Theotokos, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. And I always add my own prayer, of course. And I the only thing I ask, right, besides the standard, God keep my family safe and healthy, I ask for us Christians to go through this challenging period in faith, caring about our neighbor, caring about ourselves. I ask for help in that. I don't ask, please God reinstate the liturgy. Please God give us a way to go to liturgy. Because come on, let's be realistic. I have a wife and 2 kids. Do you think I'm gonna pick them up and go to liturgy now? In this
that is something I wanted to ask you about your opinion. I have been having thoughts. By the way, this will go through the sieve of my spiritual father. But I'm just asking for your opinion as well. I'm curious because despite what I occasionally shout at you, I do value your opinion. I have been having thoughts of becoming a volunteer. Because here in Serbia they're sort of organizing people. I think this is primarily for buying groceries for elderly people who should not leave their place of residence. However,
I have an opinion.
Do share immediately.
Yeah, thank you. So, if you were living alone...
Okay, you guessed what my issue is.
Yeah, if you're living alone, thumbs up, dude. You can buy protective equipment, protect yourself, be very, very careful. But at the end of the day, if it happens, if it happens to you, it doesn't happen to your parents.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my, being mindful of others and not looking into your closest, your personal circle. I wouldn't consider that, well,
problematic.
I would consider that problematic. Yeah. That's my opinion.
That was precisely my issue because, okay, it is nice, helping out people, and Christ says that we should, but I could be endangering my parents, both of which would fall into a risk group. Also, I'm basically certain that the number of that the healthcare here is next to collapse. You guys from the US, you know how there are strikes and issues in the United States regarding healthcare providers not having adequate protective equipment. The issue here is that the situation is the same, but you can't say it in the media, While the American strikes and protests are well documented, here it is zip. It's nothing.
Welcome to dictatorship.
Yeah, welcome to dictatorship.
You think Russia is dictatorship? Guys, you know nothing.
Well,
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying if it was, it would completely pale in comparison. Completely.
I don't think it would, but the thing is, I doubt that you can have a huge country such as Russia without a dictatorship.
Philosophy.
And I believe that even for the United States, discussion. Deep state and everything,
let's talk about what we know, man. What we see every day.
Oh, by the way, my Bible illustrated hands.
Bible frustrated hands. Yeah, of course. My favorite channel.
While I was recording my most recent episode, by the time this episode goes live of Church Mouse Chronicles, that episode probably won't be the last published. It is the episode on praying at home when you can't pray at church. Literally, during the recording of that episode, I got the news that the tax inspector who was in charge of our project where I worked died of corona. So it was a sort of a big wake-up call for me because up until that point, corona was something abstract, like something that makes me not go to work and like, yay. But now when, someone, I have never actually met the guy, but he's in one of my circles, as it were. And
Yeah, he was there.
yeah, and one more thing. When you added me to that Ekatist group, it isn't an Ekatist group. It is a monastery group where two monks, I think,
Okay.
Post prayer requests, and different, useful texts and so on. And man, increasingly there are prayer requests for those who suffer from corona. And can I add one more thing?
Oh, please do.
A lot of people share those things like, well, only, I don't know, 5,000 people died of corona in these couple of months, but 10,000 people died of HIV, 20,000 died of hunger, 50,000 died of suicide, 200,000 died of abortion, and so on.
Actually,
yeah,
like abortion took away, I think it's almost 1 billion.
No. This is like in a couple of months since corona was active. So, I understand the meaning of that meme. But I usually like to comment like, oh, I hate when somebody sneezes in my face and they get cancer. Or like, I hate when somebody sneezes in my face and they die of hunger. By the way, if we get struck with famine, I will be the last one to go.
Yeah, let me tell you this.
Yeah.
I don't joke with corona. I didn't really laugh at all the memes.
I know corona. Now, okay.
Yeah, well, I don't. There are things that I just can't joke about because when it comes to things that people are suffering from, really suffering. I'm not talking about somebody being being capricious, and like I don't like people with blonde hair, and they suffer when they see people with blonde hair. No, I'm talking about real things. I know people, for example, oncologists. Can you imagine how their life looks like? How their jobs looks like?
Oh no, I don't want to.
Yeah, so there's this thing in me that is not. I don't laugh at these jokes. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work for me. Like on the other hand, I do laugh a lot on people's gaps at work being work from home.
Yeah.
Where they're on camera and things are happening. They forgot.
That one's the best. I only need to think of that one, and I'm starting to laugh.
Yeah, you know what? It's first of all a bit of context. The boss who was in the meeting, he had this filter on, and he was a potato the entire meeting because he wasn't able to turn it off. I'm wondering if he trolled them on purpose.
It's possible.
That would be like top notch. Like you're the man. You're the man.
You have probably seen that Italian priest, and he wants to serve the mass, I think. And he turns on Facebook Live.
Oh, yeah.
And then this filter starts changing. But a similar thing happened to an Orthodox priest. I saw this on Facebook. I can't remember the priest's name at the moment. It escapes me. He held a live sermon, but of course the filters turned on. And he had those goggly eyes, And, somebody commented, Father, you should put this as a profile picture, and he did. So you see him in full liturgy vestments with a cross, with the Camilla
was that
goggly
here?
Eyes.
Was that here? Here?
No, that was in the US. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. This is one of those times when Christianity has the opportunity to shine its epicness, so to speak. Like, for example, I've seen the Benedictine monks of Nursia, chanting medieval litanies against the pestilence. Then you had the Patriarch Kirill sprinkling holy water throughout the entire Moscow. Priests sprinkling holy water with a helicopter. Priests
Yeah, the spiritual father of the Russian patriarch from the Optina Pustina.
Yeah.
He was in a helicopter reading against
Yeah,
pestilence.
and one
It's
of
pretty
the
cool,
and one of
pretty epic.
and one of the more epic things that I saw, and all of these things are very epic. Like we have that power that Christ gave us, so it isn't just aesthetics. There is real power behind it, and you have probably seen photos of Pope Francis having an audience with the empty square on St. Peter's, like completely alone, but he's having audience. And then he, what's it called? Benediction, when they put the host in the monstrance. And then he goes to bless like the world, with the monstrance. And all the bells in the Vatican are ringing. And it's powerful. And I'm pretty sure, I'm positive that on Pascha, they will probably ring all the bells in Belgrade. All the bells, like we probably won't be able. I hope we do. Lord, grant us this, please. But it's doubtful. But I still hope
it's very doubtful. But look.
Yeah.
Look. It's the resurrection.
Yeah.
It's Easter. We absolutely need to be happy. Those are the happiest days of my life.
Oh yeah.
Like when it's Easter, man, I feel like I'm living.
Yeah.
And I will not allow this.
Some microbe.
I will sing the Troparion 24 hours. 24 I will sing and sing and sing the Troparion. I will sing it in 5 languages that I know. Well, I don't know the languages. I can sing it 5 languages, but I'm not letting this thing put me down. I am not having a sad Easter.
No,
you understand that? I am not. I'm not.
That cannot be. Like,
look, let me tell you, we have something we call prayer breakfast.
Yeah,
something like in the White House. We have this Viber group that gets active every year before Easter, and we agree who's bringing what.
To the church.
To the church, because we're gonna eat our off after the the liturgy and after the first bite, communion, then egg, yeah. And then this is probably going to be the first time in a number of years where we're not going to be able to do it. But I will do my best to make them go to a live stream or something. Even those who are a bit less keen with technology, I will do my best for us to keep that tradition.
By the way, if you want to make your Pascha epic, I don't know if you ever have you ever sung the canon of Pascha?
Well, yeah.
So not just Christ is risen, but the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that prayer. Do you know the legend behind that prayer? And I'm pretty sure it's true.
Do tell.
I can't remember which 2 saints were involved. I believe one was Saint Roman the Melodist, but don't quote me on that. So, both of them were charged to write a canon, that is a song, in honor of resurrection. And they, each one of them fasted, prayed, wrote down the prayer and everything. So they come with manuscripts. And they approach, before the auditorium, so they would choose which one is better. And for example, Saint Roman begins to read his canon, and the other saint, the split second he heard the introductory notes, the first words, he simply shredded his own writing there and then. And that I can be a skeptic about some things in Lives of the Saints, but this, I can totally imagine it being true. Even if it's not true, it can. It's more conceivable for me that it is true than it is not, because it is so powerful, Oh man, there is no such thing as sad Easter. I mean, people have had happy Easters even in concentration camps.
We cannot allow ourselves to have a sad Easter, and I need to tell you something.
Yeah,
Do you want to finish your thought? Because I need to tell you this.
I finish all of my thoughts right now.
So, okay. I don't like saying nice things about you, but I will now, and will probably never do it again. But when you're thinking about, volunteering and going and helping people, have this in mind. Through your content, even through this content, you are actually doing a lot. You're talking about things that people need to hear. You're instigating discussions on things that should be discussed. And I know for a fact that you're pretty, what's the English word for revnosan?
Zealous.
Well, I don't
devoted.
But you are devoted, yes, to answering to everybody, which is quite a feat, man. Because I know a lot of people engage you.
Yeah.
A lot of people engage me actually on a daily basis, but it pales in comparison.
No. I think we are pretty much evenly distributed. But
but listen, they don't engage me they don't give me opportunity to do good.
But to thin out your nerves.
Exactly. They're out to get me.
Well, my Lenten devotion is practicing other people's nerves.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't know if you have seen him on YouTube. Matt Fred? Oh God, is that
sounds
his name?
Familiar? Matt Fred?
No,
Fred.
He has this podcast, Spins with Aquinas. He's like a Catholic podcaster. I like listening to him. Let me just check. Matt.
He's a Catholic?
Yes, Matt. Matt Catholic. Oh man, I can't believe I'm typing this. Okay.
Because you said math Catholic. Meth, like methamphetamine.
Okay, Matt Fred, but not.
Fred,
like
Fred.
It's double D with E. So doesn't matter. And at one point he says like, I earn money of this out of his ministry, and sometimes I feel like a hack, as in, am I doing this for Christ or for money? And of course, one thing does not have to exclude each other, but you always have this hovering worry that you may be an unrevealed hypocrite, So if something better or more profitable comes, whether you would switch instantly to that. And I left him a comment like, man, this is super relatable. And I quoted the woman on the well, sir, I can see that you're a prophet. Because you know the thoughts of our hearts. But, why am I saying this? Then again, I have it easy. I'm not going to some continent where there are some people whose language I don't know, and the only thing I know about their religion is that they sacrifice people to preach them Christ. The very fact that I'm doing all of this out of this room with these is sort of underwhelming, like Saint Nino. I will go to this crazy kingdom and preach to that king, and hopefully not have my head end up on a spike 2,000 years later. Should I buy bread for elderly people knowing that I might catch a virus that I will most probably survive? And it is one of those things like, I don't know, what should I do?
Yeah, but you imagine Christians being torn by lions, and we do have it easy. The problem with the thing with these outraged people, and that goes for atheists, Christians, but they're just loud.
Oh yeah.
They're just loud. I think
I can be like that too.
Everybody can be like that.
Yeah.
But if you sit down and think about it, do you still have a job? Because if you do, shut up.
Yeah.
Because if you do, shut up. There's nothing you should complain about. Shut up. You didn't get laid off. Do you know how many people got laid off?
six
Just Google
million
it.
people in US alone, and
Just Google
their economy was on the rise.
Yeah, did I mention? Are you healthy? Because shut up. If you are shut up, it's okay to be scared. Okay, it's okay to be scared. People can be scared. We are people. We are weak. But then there's God. and,
Oh yeah, that guy.
and he's kinda almighty, So
Yeah.
connect the two dots, guys. Are we really gonna be loud? I can't really accept the content that I've been receiving. Thank God I've been loud of debuking, like fighting that on those groups. But people keep sending content like, there's a reason why they're canceling the liturgies. This is all directed towards us.
Yeah, and the Muslims.
Come on, guys. Come on. Please look around you. Please. Please be fair. Be fair.
Can I be funny?
Oh, your humor is always
borderline. No. This is by other people.
Oh, then okay.
The first one isn't related to Corona, but it is. In Serbia, we have this Bishop Ignatius, and I don't know the guy, but people tell me that in general he's very melancholic. And somebody comes to him and complains about something, complains, and he's like, "Don't worry, it'll get worse." That's the one thing. The second thing is from Serbian Bishop Gregory, who said, "People, don't get a divorce. This won't last forever." And I have to say, I'm so blessed that I have the family that I have, and I think from time to time, what about people who live with people with whom they really don't want to live, due for a myriad of reasons, and now you have to. Like, I pray on daily basis, like, for those people. For example, your wife. And the third joke I wanted to share. This one's my best. There is this Italian comic called Alan Ford. And this comic was a failure in Italy, but it enjoyed enormous popularity in the former Yugoslavia and in current states of former Yugoslavia. Why? Because the translators didn't translate word for word, but they joked. They put their own jokes, and the comic was much better in Serbo-Croatian than it was in Italian. And there is this pilot in the, like a person pilot, not the pilot episode, and he's always wearing these shirts that have the most hilarious writings on them. And the one that I like the most, again, it isn't specifically about Corona, but man, it was so good. People, do not worry. We had even bigger problems and we didn't solve them either. Sometimes well-applied nihilism is really a better comfort than optimism. Oh, man.
One of my favorite Twitter statuses.
You mean tweets?
Well, no, Twitter statuses. It's like a description of your Twitter account.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
But it's also short because that's Twitter.
Yeah.
I'll say it to you in Serbian because it makes me it gives, so it goes like, sve će biti u redu, mene su poslali iz štaba. Translated to English, everything's gonna be okay. They sent me from the HQ. It's like, it's.
But
not everybody will get it, but it's actually pretty profound if you were living in the Balkans at least 2 days in your life.
Yeah, and like especially if you had a strong communist party, and this headquarters has the answer to everything, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like
It's the all powerful. It's the omnipotent entity in
yeah,
a communist
yeah.
state.
And I
The
just wanted to
HQ.
say, well, this is precisely what you said. And then there's God,
Yeah. By the
except
way,
on a try to
if you saw
finish that.
Chernobyl,
Sorry.
if you saw Chernobyl, which
Yeah,
I know you do,
yeah.
you did, but you know,
What
for
a
everybody
show! What
else,
a show!
there you will see that somebody's getting sent from the HQ to solve the problem, and everybody's waiting for the call from the HQ. You know, the almighty HQ.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's try to wrap up. The only thing I would like to emphasize and call people again for it, you know, besides the fact that if you guys have a different opinion, please share it. Let's talk. Let's not fight over it. Let's talk. If we Christians can't have healthy conversation, then you know, if that's salt of the world, I can just imagine everything else.
Oh yeah.
So the only thing I will not invite, you know, call Christians not to go to liturgy, avoid communion. I will not, but I will invite you guys to not allow to have a sad Easter.
Nope.
That's not happening, guys. Do you hear me? Let me look at the camera. Do not let that happen, please, please. And you know what? If you need an ally, there's God.
Yep.
The biggest and meanest ally you can get for your cause. But you do have to ask. I come from a very hypocritical place right now because I'm not asking enough. I'm not praying enough. But still,
None of
I
us are.
know, and it comforts me, guys. It comforts me so much that I know when I do ask, when I do speak, you know, there is somebody who hears me and who loves me. That's all I'm gonna say.
And also God.
You just had to.
Love you.
You just had to ruin it for me, right?
Of course.
The next episode, my new hair reveal.
No. If we get to $50 on Patreon, M's cap unboxing.
No, I don't know if people understand, but I have a lot of hair right now, and it's I look like a pineapple, and
It does.
so I just can't, guys. I can't. You
By
know,
the way-
I'm doing online meetings at work like this.
Yeah.
And nobody-
he is the CAO, so he can. Like.
I'm CAO doesn't exist. I'm the CTO.
But I don't know what it is. So anyway, by the way, I saw this image that left
Chief Atrocities Officer. Yeah. Go ahead.
like, you know, a fake YouTube still of a girl that has very old-fashioned clothing and a box in front of her. Hello, I'm Pandora, and welcome to my unboxing video. And again, Father
I like
John.
that.
Yeah, and Father John, like, he asked me a couple of months ago, hey B, I want to get a new chalice, a new discos, or paten, as you Catholics would call it, for my church. And I would like for you to check out some designs and prices and let me know. These are it's something like this, and he sends me a link, but if I need it more beautiful, and I say, Father, all of these are way more beautiful than anything you can find in Serbia. In Serbia, I don't think I have practically ever saw chalice or other vessels that I liked, you know. Okay, they serve their function, but they're not like, they're so beautiful, you know. So, a week ago, he got the vessels, and they're beautiful, and you know, he opens them and he shows them, and I'm like, unboxing video. but oh, it was so beautiful. He said, guys, these are the new vessels, and he shows them, and they're really beautiful, and he says, however, I'm really sad that we can't use them when you guys cannot attend. So, in the spirit of Christ's love, I won't use this until we can all glorify God together. And I'm like, powerful.
Powerful indeed.
That is what Orthodoxy is all about. And arguing about calendars.
So, can I invite people again to play the game with us?
Yes, absolutely. You know what would be better? That we...
Wait.
Oh, nice. Excellent. So this is how it looks like.
This is actually just the
front page.
The front page. And there's a video that explains how the game is played. Please, guys, listen to it. And if you want to play, like, I've never played in English. Have you, B?
No, but I don't think we would have any issues playing in English.
Yeah. But the point is, it's super easy. Well, a lot of people would just stick with English. You choose to host, or you just join somebody else's game. It's a minimum of 4 people, and you just do it, and it's such a fun game. It's such a fun game. It's like super fun.
You can play it over your laptop without additional equipment, right?
Yes, if you have a webcam. Because you do need a video conference.
Yeah. So guys,
but you don't have a webcam. You have?
Well, I have now over the laptop.
Well, you should use that. I'm not sure why you use your phone when we play.
Because I prefer to sit on my desktop. This is my work laptop. I mean, okay. It's not like my boss is like...
just so you know, everybody desktop. You don't need desktop. Everybody should have a laptop instead of a desktop.
I don't like laptops. I prefer desktops.
Yeah, of course. Such a nice human being.
I'm a traditional Mass guy, and you're a Novus Ordo guy.
Yeah, that's what I am.
Anyway, let us... next Friday, because, let us be honest, none of you are getting anywhere. We are going to play at approximately 11 p.m. our time. We will pin in the comments... when will that be in US time, the time zone and everything. Please write to us at
churchmouse.show@gmail.com.
Yeah, so churchmouse.show.
We'll pin that as well.
And we will pin the address.
This is not radio. Oh my God, I didn't write it down.
Yeah. If there's more of you, we will probably have multiple teams. We will probably have a test round because we don't want to, for it to turn out that we can't record it. Sorry?
We could record it.
No. Well, the intention is to record it. We are not going to play. We need to suck our audience dry, They're not mere audience. They're components for our content, They're the Frankenstein of our future shows. Frankenstein's monster, that is. Sorry, not Frankenstein.
Oh, sorry, I tried to yawn, but I just can't.
Didn't you say you had corona or something 2 episodes ago?
No.
Okay. Anywho, so we would really like if you guys would participate. If not, we will find other people. So...
Yeah, we have a group.
Oh, you know whom we could get? Jonathan Peugeot and Jay Dyer. And then, instead of killing each other, the 4 of us killing each other.
Okay, I remember who that. I remember.
Yeah.
Soul food.
Sorry?
What was the thing you guys... It's poor spiritual food.
Yeah.
Is that the guy?
It's bygones, so doesn't matter. So,
but I would name the game. I would name the game poor spiritual food.
No, I forbid it. I forbid it. If you name it like that, I will leave the game.
But it's funny.
So the 4 of us join, and then we let God decide who's the best Orthodox YouTuber, and if you win, you get kicked out, and then we play again until three of us wins.
I don't even consider myself a YouTuber.
You are now, sweet Peaks.
Sweet Peaks.
You are now, Twin Peaks. Vangla, walk with me.
Okay. By the way, it's pronounced Vangla. You do not pronounce it Vangla.
Did I?
No. I'm threatening the audience.
Oh, okay. Vangel.
Vangel.
Like angel with a V.
Oh my god. Vangel.
Vangel.
The Vangel of death.
The Vangel of terms.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Because you're just talking too much. I can't stand it.
Okay, fine.
Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, if you left me to talk long enough, I would have said it. Like billions of monkeys with billions of typewriters. So.
Blah blah blah. Okay. Have a good evening, and want to play one?
I have some other things I don't want to. Well, sure, why not?
I meant Heroes of Might and Magic.
Right? No. Oh man, I lost the party today in such a horrible way. I was playing with Boris, the guy who called me at the beginning of the episode, and I was doing so well. And then I leave my castle, enemy hero, not control, so a bot, enters my castle, buys my units, I return to my castle, and my best hero gets killed. And I'm watching, and I sent Boris a message. I'm totally the type of guy who gets locked out of his apartment. I mean, nothing worse ever happened to me in a game, and I'm like, how the mighty have fallen.
Okay. I genuinely, already knew you're bad at playing the game.
No. I'm generally bad at any game. That's really
I'm not
for discussion. But
I'm not the best game when it comes to video games. I'm also not the best gamer.
No. But this wasn't. I'm not the best. This was like am I this bad? I mean, I am bad, but not.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I know, and I kind of share. Not, I don't know. I can't compare because we never played the game.
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of mediocre when it comes to video games.
True.
On the other hand, card games, board games, that's a different story.
Yeah, no, those are different.
But those I also prefer. So
yeah,
that's why Vangla. It's an offline game that we turned into an online game that we can play during the quarantine. And I mean, we already enjoyed like at least 10 or 15. So and every one of them was good.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. So, see you soon.
Bye. Happy Easter.
Not yet.
I mean, it was like, guys, you please have a happy Easter.
Oh, okay. Bye. Christ is risen.
Indeed, he's risen.